What was today's message to the Russian foreign minister, and what is the Trump administration's strategy for ending the war in Ukraine?
Our strategy is to continue involving everyone in finding a way out of the conflict and to engage at every opportunity. I reiterated the President's words of disappointment and dissatisfaction over the lack of progress. Peace negotiations are the way forward, so we will continue to participate in this process. We exchanged some ideas and remarks, which I will pass on to Washington tonight during my calls. We will analyze this, and perhaps we will be able to build something. It was an important, frank conversation, the main topic of which was the war in Ukraine. The President spoke quite clearly. He is disappointed and upset that the Russian side did not show more flexibility to put an end to this conflict. And we hope that this can change. We will continue to engage wherever we see opportunities to make a difference.
Not speaking for him, you have
the impression
that they are moving toward greater flexibility.
I conveyed what President said. We spent a lot of time, but the progress is not enough. We need to see a clear roadmap for ending this conflict. And then we shared some ideas about what that might look like. And obviously I'll come back to this issue with the President later tonight, and hopefully there's something we can build on.
A couple of months ago you said that ending this war would require a conversation between President Trump and President Putin, and there have been several phone calls between them. But nevertheless, the war in Ukraine continues. Does this indicate some weakness in the President's ability to negotiate? Why does it continue if the parties have already had conversations?
This is a war that the President inherited, right? He was elected when it was already going on. There is no progress toward peace. Meetings between Ukrainians and Russians haven't been held for a long time. And although there have been humanitarian exchanges, our goal is to end the war that didn't start under Trump. This is a war that wouldn't have happened if he had been president, but it is happening. We will continue to engage and do everything possible to make progress. As I have already said, if we see an opportunity to improve the situation, we will definitely take it. The President deserves praise for his numerous phone conversations with the leaders of both countries. Are you ready now to impose tougher sanctions against Russia? The President stated that this option is possible, especially if Congress passes the appropriate law. We are discussing a bill with Congress. The President needs flexibility in applying sanctions, as this gives maximum leverage in negotiations. So he spoke about this as a real option. And now obviously we discussed with the Senate, in particular last week, the question of what this bill would look like. The leaders of both chambers have expressed their readiness to move forward. We warned the Russians that something like this could happen, and we will continue to express this. The Wall Street Journal reported that the White House is considering sending Patriot air defense systems to Ukraine. Can you confirm this?
They would like that and have asked for it. There aren't many of these systems. Many have been sent to Ukraine, and they would like to get them. We need to think about it. It's a very expensive system. It's a shame we have to spend money on a war that wouldn't exist if I were president. There's a terrible war going on there, and it's really regrettable and sad to say. When they ask for such a complex system with huge expenses, they need it because they want to prevent deaths. They're being hit very hard, so we are looking into this carefully.
Sir, have you found out who gave the order to suspend the supply of ammunition to Ukraine?
I haven't thought about that, because right now we're focused on Ukraine and the ammunition, but I haven't gone into the details.
What does it mean when an important decision is made in the government without your knowledge? I would know if a decision had been made. I haven't made it yet. Sir, how did your meeting with Netanyahu go, and how realistic is a ceasefire this week?
We are mostly talking about Gaza. I think we have a chance this week or next week. You can't say anything for sure, because the war in Gaza and all the other places we have to deal with are very unpredictable. But probably this week or next week, an agreement or settlement will be reached.
Sir, could you explain how the latest rates were calculated? A formula was used. Do you expect that some countries will also face tariffs?
The formula was based on common sense, deficits, how we have been treated over the years, and on simple data. A few more will be released today. Brazil, for example, is not favorable to us at all. Things are really bad there. I think we'll release the numbers for Brazil later today or tomorrow morning. But they are based on very substantial facts, as well as on what has been happening. You look at the history. We've never had anyone in the White House who understood numbers or was interested in them the way I am. You know, we're already getting hundreds of billions of dollars in tariffs, hundreds of billions, and we haven't even started yet. This will be a great event for the country and the whole world. And we really haven't had many complaints, because I keep them at a very low, very conservative level, as you would say. And of course, I'm sure complaints will come with time, but so far there haven't been any. We have been treated very unfairly by both friends and enemies, and our friends have treated us very badly. It's incredible this has lasted so long.